It's a Mr. Shady show. I'm Mr. Shady. Don't shade wherever I go. Watch out, cause you might be next. And today, we are filming a video that is long overdue on this channel. And what that is the spoiler review of 2025, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, when I tell y'all that I had an amazing experience watching this movie for the first time, it was the best night of my life. Honestly, the best night of this summer. And one of the reasons why it was the best, because I saw it with my sister, who is also known as Pinky's Entertainment, or The Pinky Show, whatever the fuck you go by. And the bonus part is, we saw this movie on my birthday, late night at our local theater. It was the best. I had fun. We went to Chili's before, then right after we saw this movie, it was the best night. 10 out of 10. Thank you, Raven, for Pinky's Entertainment.
Go to
So how we're going to talk about this movie today is that we are going to talk about the requel rules. Did it succeed by being a requel? We're going to talk about the accident. We're going to talk about the horror aspect. We're going to talk about the deaths, the plot twist, the killer, and is there going to be a sequel? Knowing Hollywood, there probably is going to be a sequel. But before we begin, again, I did make a Know What You Did Last Summer video before, talking about my theories about this movie. And yeah, if you want to watch that first, go ahead, it's on this channel. But yeah, so let's get started with this video. I know I look raggedy. We're not going to talk about it. I get one raggedy comment, and during this video, I'm deleting it. I don't give a fuck. We are going to talk about the requel. Like, what did this do justice as a requel? So, if you guys don't know, in a horror genre right now, Hollywood is making horror movie requels, which is a movie who is a legacy sequel. So, what that is that they're making a brand new movie to a franchise that about new people, but seeking help from old characters. And for example of requels, we got Halloween 2018 with the original Halloween, Scream 5 with Scream 1. We got Candyman with the original Candyman. Netflix's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Was this a good requel? I think it was a good requel. I can see this happening. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of glad it was a requel because I could see this movie being another Julie and Ray. Like, their killer is dead. Thank God they did not bring this man back for this movie. Thank God. If he was a killer, I would have asked for my money back. And Ray and Julie again, it was amazing. It was everything I needed. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, they did their thing in this movie. Best performance out of the entire trilogy. I just love them so much. I'm so happy they came back. But can we please give a shout out to these 5 actors? They were amazing in this movie. No notes. They were just everything. Like, Ava was a good final girl. They were just everything. Like, Teddy was giving me final boy energy. And they were all fighting for their life. That's what I liked about it. Let me just stop. Okay. I think the number one part they did really well with the requel is how they incorporated Julie and Ray into this movie. Because in this movie, Julie is a trauma professor at a local college, and Ray owns his bar. And Stevie, who is a main character and was involved with the accident, is very close with Ray because she works at his bar. And Ava, who is the main girl, her and Danica, mostly Ava, she went to Julie for help to see what's her advice, what's her take on this, because she realized that Julie has went through this before. And y'all, why did Julie and Ray get a divorce? They still didn't say why they got a divorce. Was it because the trauma like broke them apart, or just let me know. I mean, that divorce was long overdue, but
Oh my God! What the fuck?
And I think the worst parts of the requel was probably when worst part of the requel was when Julie was she didn't have a lot of scenes. I don't know, it's because she signed on to the movie too late, but she's the original Final Girl. You got to give her more time than that. That's just me. I mean, I do get it. I do realize that the movie is about them. It was their accident, so the movie has to be about them. But you got to give them like some time too. It's like with Sydney. She was barely in Scream 5, and then she wasn't in Scream 6 at all. One more thing. I think what they also did good with the requel is how they get like throwback scenes to the original film and the second film. But with the original film is that they gave us a lot about Michelle Gellar and Ryan Phillippe. They did really good, and how they explained how Southport changed over the years. That was a really good thing. And how some people, especially Ray, didn't like that change. In the ending of the movie, when the fisherman was revealed and they were having a fight on a boat, that was a good nod to the original ending, how they were fighting Bill Willis on a boat. That was number one. And Kroger Queen, we learned that Danica, when she was in high school, she was a Kroger Queen, just like Helen Shivers. That was a good one. And what else? Oh, and the accident, their accident, it was on the same road as the original. That was bold. But the accident was really crazy too. But we're gonna get in the accident in a short time. And more importantly, the characters. The characters was giving a lot of respect to the original film, because Teddy, he reminded me of a lot of good versions of Barry. To me, he's better than Barry. I said what I said. Do not come for me. Danica, she was getting a lot of Helen Shivers. Ava, she was giving me lots of Julie. Teddy. Evie. Okay, she was giving me Margot. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm gonna explain it to you. Just wait. Is it for the requel aspect. Again, I thought they did really well with the requel rules. They didn't mess up anything. They pay a lot of respect to the original, but make it their own film as well. I think that's a lot of what the requels are lacking. They're trying to compete with the original. With this movie, they didn't compete with the original. They didn't compete with the original. They just kept it moving. They just did their own thing, and I respect them for that. The accident. What happened July 4th, 2024? The movie in the accident takes place in July 4th, 2024. So Teddy and Danica, they are having their engagement party. Ava and Teddy, they're invited. They're hanging out. We learned that they were all friends back in high school. And then Stevie, she came back because she was working there. But they all did their engagement party to go to where the best view of the fireworks, because again, it's the 4th of July. And then they were all kind of drunk and wasted. And then guess what Teddy did? He was hanging out in the middle of the road, acting like, hey, I'm gonna do a dance move in the middle of the park, like it Just Dance. It ain't Just Dance. You're playing with your life. Sit the fuck down. So while Teddy was being drunk, a drunken idiot in the middle of the road, he was in the middle of the road. So turns out this car was coming towards them, and then everyone was all like, Teddy, get out the road, the car is coming, get out of the road. And then literally right when he was about to hit him, Milo came out and he grabbed him out of the road. And then the car just passed him. And then everyone was yelling like, how could you be so stupid? And for real, he was stupid. Like, why are you in the middle of the road? And then yeah, he went back into the road because he dropped something. I don't know if it's his phone or a cigarette. And then a truck literally zoomed in. And then the truck swerved. And then it literally ran out of the road. And then landed in the beach. I mean, don't get me wrong. They tried to save the truck. Like, it was dangling on a rail. And then when they tried to grab it, it was too late. The truck already fell. And then they realized they had to kill the person. Yeah. Was this crazier than the original accident? No, because the original accident, it felt real. It felt like these characters was really going through it. Am I shiny? Am I shiny? Is the sun giving me a light skin moment? Am I shiny? I liked the accident in this movie. I thought it was cool and refreshing. But my thing is, did they do anything wrong? Yes and no. Because if they just left and just didn't call the police, they would be wrong. But no, what they did is they argued about what they should do. Ava wanted to call the police and get an ambulance. Stevie wanted to go down to the beach and help that person. But Milo, Danica, and Teddy, they want to leave. They want to call the cops and they just want to leave. And they're all like, it's manslaughter. We're going to get in trouble. We're going to go to prison for life. But no, what they really did was Teddy, he called his dad, who was the chief of police. And then Danica, she called the cops. So what happened was that Teddy called his dad, which was the mayor of Southport, to cover the accident up and say that they had nothing to do with it. Like they wasn't even there that night. And then when they went home to keep the pack, Teddy and Danica, they were all like, please don't say anything to anyone. We have to keep this between us. Stevie, she wanted to stay and help, but she didn't want to get in trouble because she's a recovering alcoholic. Not like these amazing women. She was more like her. And Steve was all like, I won't tell you anything. And then Milo, he was all like, I won't say anything either. But then they were all staring at Ava because she was dead silent. They were all like, please Ava, don't say anything because it was just a misunderstanding. None of this is supposed to happen, and we don't want to ruin our lives. And then Ava was all like, fuck it. I won't say anything. To me, they didn't do anything wrong. Because they did what they were supposed to do. They called the police. The police went there to help the dude in the truck, and they just went across their day. But, again, this never would have happened if Teddy would just get his stupid drunken ass out of the road, and there wouldn't even be an accident if he would just get off the road. Like, why are you in the road? You're playing with your life? 1997, their accident was better than them. Because they did everything wrong. They didn't, but that's a whole nother video. Now we are going to talk about the horror aspect. Okay. And by horror aspect, I mean, was it scary? Were the chase scenes good? Or were the deaths good? Was the killer reveal good? How's the fisherman? So, oh, that was too much. Let me write this down. Okay. While I write this down, please enjoy this music I found in Cape Cod. What is going on in this neighborhood? Was the movie scary? Hell no. Hell no. I mean, the original 2 wasn't scary, so why would this be scary? I am so... Oh my gosh. I'm glowing. Why am I glowing? This is scary. I mean, if I was in the movie and the fisherman was after me, would I be scared? Yeah. But watching the movie as the audience, I wasn't scared. I mean, I jumped a couple of times because in my theater, it had these speakers, and with the jump scare music, that made me jump. But let's talk about the chase scenes. The chase scenes was good. I like the chase scenes. Number one chase scene that I think is my favorite is Danica's when she was being chased by the fisherman in the cemetery. Was it as good as Helen Shivers? Nothing will top Helen Shivers' chase scene. That's number one, no matter what. On a roll, I'm a queen, I'm taking flight on my grind. She ran to a safe location. She tried to call the police. When she heard the fisherman coming, she hid. Like, she was doing good. But unfortunately, the fisherman found her. But luckily, Teddy, who thinks he's a rock for some reason, tackles him. And I was all like, Teddy, you just tackled the killer. why are you not beating the killer up? I mean, I get it. You want to see Danica safe. You want to see if she's hurt. You want to see if she's dead. But the killer is right there. Go after the killer before he kills you. I don't know. I also like Ava and Tyler's chase scene, because their chase scene was in Helen Shiver's family's business, but they renamed it after Helen and her sister died. Her sister got on my nerves. Her sister died. She got on everyone's nerves, but she got on my nerves specifically. Ava was fighting for her life, and I love when and y'all already know, I love a final girl who fights for her life. I mean, she was all like, she grabbed that knife, she was all like, get away from me! I really love how Ava, not only Ava, but everyone in this movie, they were fighting for their life. Like, they were telling the fisherman, like, if you want to kill me, you're gonna have to fight for it. You're gonna have to earn it, because I ain't going down that easily. You better fight me for my life. Especially Teddy. He was kicking the fisherman's ass from left and right. I was like, that's right, Teddy. Fight for your life. That's right. Knock him out. Now let's move on to the deaths. Okay, so in my count, there has been 9 deaths in the film. So what we're gonna do is we're going to rank them. I'll be right back.
Tell me, baby, do you want
Number 9, I'm gonna have to say Sam Cooper. And if you guys don't know who that is yet, if you guys haven't seen the movie, so Sam is the victim of the accident. He was in a truck that went off the rails and he died in that car crash. See, again, in my opinion, they didn't do anything wrong. They called the cops, they tried to save them, but unfortunately they didn't stay. But they did the right thing. They did the right thing. And number 8, I'm gonna have to give it to Pastor Judah. So how they killed him off is that the fisherman slit his throat and he put glass in his eye sockets. That was crazy. And the worst part is the glass, it was from his trophies as an award. I mean, as a pastor, but that was psychotic. Number 7, I'm gonna have to give it to the cemetery guy. And the backstory is Teddy and Danica, they went to the cemetery to see who the fisherman could be, like who's related to Sam Cooper. And Danica asked the janitor to see if he saw anyone suspicious. So when he went to the office to check the security cameras, that's when the fisherman killed the janitor, and that's when Danica's cemetery chase scene started. It was how they killed him was he sliced his throat. That was just crazy. Okay. Number 6, I'm gonna have to give to Grant, aka Teddy's father. I hate him because, sir, your son is dying. He was screaming outside your window. How do you not see your son dying right behind your window? And don't give me the music was too loud. Like, his death was insane because the fisherman literally hooked him right here. And then you don't see the hook again until it comes out of his mouth. It was insane. It was like, I can't show it because YouTube is sensitive. But in 5th place, I'm gonna have to give it to Wyatt, because we all know how Wyatt died. If you see the trailer, the fisherman hooks him in the chest, then he finishes the job by slicing him in the head. But the craziest part was Danica saw him die. When she came back from her shower, she came down, and she saw the dead body, and she was like, and fell down. Where was I? Oh. I can't scream. This death hits me the hardest, so. Number 4, Ray Bronson. I don't care what this man did. Watching him die broke me. My heart shattered. Because I don't care if he was bad. I don't care if he was good. I don't care what he did. You can't kill off B. Freddie Prinze Jr. You can't kill off Freddie Prinze. You already took Sarah Michelle Gellar from me. You can't do Freddie Prinze too. Like, number 3, I'm gonna have to say Tyler. Her death was giving heaven shivers. Her death was crazy because she was like running for her life. She was doing exactly what Helen Shiver was doing in the original movie. It was uncanny. But unfortunately, the fisherman caught up to her and hooks her right in the stomach, which hit her organs, and her organs failed and she died. But the worst part is, once when the fisherman killed her, he dangled her body on the building, just like Casey Becker in Scream 1. AKA Casey Becker, the greatest horror movie death in cinema history. I said what I said. Okay, number 2, Milo. When they killed this man off, I wanted to leave. I needed to leave. Because I was like, you don't want to kill Stevie? Like, why you gotta kill Milo off? Right when Milo and Ava were about to get back together, you want to kill him off? I was so done with this movie. I was all like, Raven, can we leave? Because I'm done. I don't want to watch this. And what hit me the most was watching Ava's reaction when she saw Milo's dead body. This movie broke me, y'all. The romance in this movie, it broke me. Okay, number 1. Teddy's death is number 1 for me. Teddy, I hate when a fighter dies. Because in horror movies, when you see someone actually fighting for their life, you're just all like, yeah, kick his ass, you're gonna survive this movie. And then, what did they do? Die. At the last minute, just. And his death was insane, because he literally hooked him everywhere in his body. And Milo, he just strangled him to death. I was all like, I hate this movie. You gotta kill the 2 final boys. I hate this movie. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Who is the fisherman? Okay, before I tell you who the fisherman is, I just want to proudly say that if you watched my previous video, I was right. This was the killer. I was right. Yo, tell me right now, because I was right. Roll the tape. And why was she the killer? Because, honestly, she was mad at them because her dad, because she was in rehab, and then they just left her because she was in rehab all by herself. And secondly, Sam Cooper, who was the victim in the accident, they were dating and he was her sponsor, and she just wanted vengeance and revenge for killing Sam Cooper. And I'm like, girl, how are you gonna say you want revenge when you're the main people who said, I want to leave? How are you gonna kill revenge when you're the one of the people who killed him? Make it make sense. Just like Margot and I Know What You Did Last Summer, the TV show. You were the main people who killed that girl, and now you want revenge? Are you serious? This is gonna shock y'all, but there was actually 2 killers in this movie. And guess who was the killer? I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds. You're wrong. This is who the second killer was. That's right. Freddie Prinze Jr., who was in the original 2 movies, and who was one of the main people involved in the original accident, was the fisherman in this movie. When I saw that Ray Bronson, the icon Freddie Prinze Jr. was the killer, my jaw dropped. Because I was all like, Freddie Prinze Jr., I was all like, if Freddie Prinze Jr. does return to the horror genre, he needs to be the killer. Because I feel like he could be pulled it off. I mean, I like that y'all made Freddie Prinze Jr. the killer, but not in this franchise. Okay. What I will say is, I didn't like that he was a killer, but I didn't like his motive. And I like how his motive was the main theme of this movie. How trauma changes you. Cause like, I do like how in horror movies, when they return the Final Girls and Final Boys for sequels, they address and show how much their trauma affects them. How much they ruin them, how they empower them, how they evolved from their trauma. But in this particular case, Ray's trauma, he didn't do anything about it, and it made him go insane, which made him help Stevie to kill those people. Ray's motive, I do like his motive, but I just don't like it was him. Like, why it gotta be Ray Bronson, the Freddie Prinze? These bugs gotta get away from me. See, what I would have done if I was the writer, I would have made the killer Stevie and Pastor Judah. That's who I would have made the killers. But, and what would Pastor Judah's motive be? I don't know. Y'all can literally just replace them with Judah. Like, Judah wanted revenge because Sam Cooper was his best friend and he wanted revenge. Basically like Stevie's motive. That's what I would have done. Made Stevie and Judah the two main killers. Let's talk about the legacy characters. So, I am happy to say this made my jaw drop. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Brandy was in the movie. I was like, ah! I already told y'all, Brandy was in the movie. I didn't care what anyone said. In my heart, Brandy was in the movie, and she was in that movie. And the best part is she had a scene with Jennifer Love Hewitt. That made my heart drop. Seeing Brandy back as Carla. That reunion was long overdue. And I know what you guys thinking. How is Sarah Michelle Gellar back when she died in the original movie? So Danica actually had a dream about all of the murders that's going on. And guess who helped her? And guess who she talked to in her nightmare? Sarah Michelle Gellar. Seeing Sarah Michelle Gellar back again, it was just amazing. It was just amazing seeing her back again on the big screen. But seeing these two back on the screen was everything I needed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for bringing them back. You're a legend. You're a legend for that. They handled Julie, Ray, Carla, and Helen really well. Thank you. Alright. What we all been waiting for. Should there be an I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel? And again, if they do make a sequel, would this be 4 or would it be 5? I don't know. This is confusing to me. Honest with you guys, I'm gonna have to say yes to a sequel. Only because of the cliffhanger. So, how the ending of the movie happened is that Ray is dead, but it was hinted that Stevie is alive. And Julie, she showed up to Carla's house, and it was revealed that Julie, she got a message that showing her and Carla back in college, but Carla's face has an X on her face, and it said, "It isn't over until I say it's over." And then Carla was all like, "Who we fucking up this time?" And then Julie was all like, "I'm really glad you said that." So, I will only want a sequel if Jennifer Love Hewitt and Brandy are the main characters. If they're not the main characters, then you can keep the sequel. I don't want it. But we all know if they are going to make a sequel, we already know who should be in that sequel.
Another one, thank you. 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 Another one, thank you.
And let me tell you why. Brandy and Jennifer, they need to be in the sequel. Chase and Madeline, they need to be in the sequel because they're the only two survivors. Sarah, she needs to be in the sequel because, again, they did say she's alive, so she's definitely coming back for revenge. And these three need to be in the sequel because they were robbed. I know Camila, she dropped out to do another project. I'm still mad she didn't do this movie, but I am glad Chase was in the movie though. But Camila would have ate. And these two, they need to be in a blockbuster movie. Especially her, especially Lola, after the Summer I Turned Pretty. She needs to be in that movie. And Freddie, I don't care if he's dead. He's alive in my heart. Freddie Prinze Jr. is alive in my heart. They could give him the Ben Willis treatment. He could come back alive in the sequel. And Ryan Phillippe, they need to give him the Sarah Michelle Gellar treatment. Like, he needs to come back as a ghost. I want that. I can see that. That's it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear you guys' thoughts about this movie. If you guys have seen this movie, if you haven't seen this movie, it's available on digital, but you guys can still catch it in theaters. Now, this movie, it was a good movie. I was expecting more, but I'm still gonna say it was a good movie. Well, I will rate it out of 1 to 10. This movie is a solid 7 to me. But my ranking, I will say it is top 3, along with the original and the sequel. These two will forever be in last place in my heart. Tell me what you guys think. What did you think of that accident? What do you think of legacy characters, the deaths, the killers, if there's gonna be a sequel? Just tell me you guys' theory. I want to hear you guys' theory. Like, comment, and subscribe. I really want to grow out this channel. I know I look raggedy. I've been sick a couple of times. I don't look good. But again, if I get one raggedy comment in this video, I am deleting it. I don't care. But yes, again, shout out to my sponsors of my channel, BT Shirts and Belinda's Blink. I'm having a blast with working with them. It's the best. Again, this is BT Shirts. So is this. This kind of broke because I wear it too much. Again, no Belinda's Blink for me. I got these at the mall, and I got this from my dad. I really have fun with this video. Sorry if I bored y'all, but I really am passionate about this franchise. And if I see one comment to say, Mr. Shady, you spoiled the movie for me. I said this is a spoiler review. It's your fucking fault, not mine. So I will see you guys next time. This is Mr. Shady signing off.